present it.
Yes, sir. Please, have you seen my screen?
No, yes,
yeah.
Let's see how you present it.
Okay, sir. Good morning.
It should be straightforward, though, madam.
Good morning, my professors, fellow students. My name is Ndem Kerem SN. I'm presenting on the title of typhoid infection and its determinants among food vendors in Uyo Metropolis, Akwa Ibom State. This is my outline. So typhoid is actually a major problem in low and middle income.
Did you say typhoid infection?
Yes, sir. That's the topic that was how the topic was coined from the school.
No, okay. No, you know that is wrong. Technically, I think. Madam.
Yes, I saw it, but since it was the approved one and it was coined from the school, I just said, let me leave it at that.
Don't worry. Anyway, so you say it's typhoid titer. You see? Titer of typhoid
antigen. Infection and its determinants.
Typhoid antigen, eh? Yes.
Okay, I should change it to titer of.
Titer of typhoid antigen.
Okay, Prof. I've noted that. I will.
No, because when you have a laboratory background, eh?
Yes,
don't you?
I have a laboratory. I'm a medical scientist.
Yes. What is it called? I think it's the antigen. Is it?
It's antigen.
Yes, it's salmonella. It's salmonella antigens, typhoid antigens.
Yes. So the titer of typhoid antigen and its determinants. Eh?
Okay, Prof.
We don't want to call it typhoid infection because of the confounders. Eh? Okay,
Prof. I will
just
change.
Make the change. Eh? Make the change.
Prof.
Okay. So
Prof, should I change it now?
No, don't worry. Just in your final submission. Eh?
Okay, Prof.
So that they know that they will not. Those that know will know that this is wrong. Eh?
Yes, Prof.
So move on. Okay,
so these are my outlines. So typhoid is actually a carrier-driven fecal oral disease, which is very predominant in low and medium income countries. It's majorly a waterborne or foodborne illness caused by Salmonella typhi, and humans are just the only reservoir. There's no animal reservoir of typhoid, and it can be asymptomatic. Chronic carriers will just keep shedding the infection. That's a typical case of the typhoid Mary, who was a cook in the 20th century. And in an endemic setting like ours, wider serology is actually a screening tool used locally to screen for typhoid, but it has to have a calibrated cutoff. So food vendors actually sit in the interface between the community contamination and the consuming public. So this is like a fecal oral cycle where you have a case here and the feces are shed into water onto the hands, then the consumer injects it and we have new infection. There's no animal reservoir for typhoid. So the problem statements, typhoid has actually persisted in Nigeria and is worsened by multi-drug resistant strains. So the carrier sustained this transmission without even knowing, without having any symptoms. And then the outbreak only response actually misses the real dynamics. And the food handlers have been shown to have incomplete knowledge of the transmission of typhoid because they are very inconsistent in their hygiene practices. So we have the drivers here, which is the unsafe water, poor sanitation, antimicrobial resistance, and the silent carriage. They sustain this transmission. So the consumers are at risk and household cost is being affected. But the main problem here is that we don't have a recent Uyo-specific laboratory-supported titer to target typhoid control among food vendors in Uyo. So the justification for my study and knowledge gap, this study actually repurposes routinely collected clearance records into cost-effective surveillance. And it's a multi-year window. We use the 5-year window to enable trend testing rather than just a single point prevalence snapshot. So this study actually generated this data specifically for Uyo. And then we had other studies in the southeastern Nigeria, which was just patient-based.
Please, you have started giving lectures. So.
So sorry, sir. So my aims and objective, the main aim is actually to determine the titer of typhoid antigens, just like Prof has corrected, and evaluate the demographic and environmental determinants among food vendors in Uyo Metropolis, Akwa Ibom State, through a retrospective review of existing laboratory records from January 2021 to December 2025. So number one objective is to determine the overall and annual seroprevalence of Salmonella typhi infection defined by diagnostic antibody titer, which is greater than or equals to 1 in 160 among food vendors in Uyo Metropolis. So number two is to determine the temporal trend in Salmonella typhi seroprevalence among food vendors over the study period. Number three is to determine the association between demographic determinants, that's the biological, sex, and age, and Salmonella.
Madam, well done. I've seen this, and you are using secondary data.
Yes, sir.
Secondary data to state the objectives you have is what you can get from the secondary data. In their secondary data, what are you going to? Okay, in that secondary data, you are going to is it trend? Okay. There are ways of stating them more, because these environmental determinants, how are you going to get them from those secondary data?
Okay, so sir, the environmental determinants was just actually the season, the climatic season, the wet and dry season, based on when they came for the test. So I decided to divide the.
Okay, so let's do it now. Since it's MPH, we can say the yearly trend of anyway, okay, yearly trend of I'm just trying to avoid calling it typhoid.
Typhoid antigen titer.
Yes, yearly trend. Yes, okay. Yes, we can do that. We can use that to assess the yearly trend of typhoid antigen titer of food vendors in Uyo Metropolis and Akwa Ibom states. The yearly trend, the seasonal trend.
Okay,
the seasonal trend. And then I don't know if we can do the spatial distribution. So which means that the spatial distribution will be based on this the data. Can you disaggregate them based on their location, their ward? I know that it's in your metropolis.
Yes, the Uyo Metropolis, but the thing is that they came from different places, and on the register, on the laboratory register, those valuables were not actually part of it. Okay, yes, so, that's the challenge.
So we can do season, we can do yearly, we can do seasonal, and then the factors to determine the factors associated with the typhoid infection amongst the food vendors. So we can have those three objectives.
Okay, Prof.
I need to state them. Don't worry about the diagnostic antibody, because they should be stated in the in the methodology. But just to get clear that it is yearly trend, seasonal trend, and then the factors associated with the titer of typhoid infection amongst the food vendors. So we can just restrict them to those three objectives.
Those three.
Yeah, so that we'll get focused. But they are all in, if you sum, they all summarize. They all summarize these 5 objectives. So no difference.
Okay, Prof. But Prof, I'm a bit confused. Maybe I'll send through email to you.
No. Why is the confusion?
Okay, but Prof, okay, what initially I was thinking, because the other determinants, the hand washing, the water sources were not able to be measured since it's a secondary data.
No, you cannot now. So it's a secondary data.
So I just felt that making the objectives a bit broader in terms of checking the age, if there's any significant association between the age and the sex, and then
No, that's what we said now. That's why the third objective is to determine the factors associated with
Okay, Prof.
typhoid,
Prof.
the titer of typhoid, the titer of typhoid antigen amongst the food vendors.
Okay, Prof. Thank you, Prof.
So all those the third objective covers everything.
Everything.
Because
okay, so
we
so
don't
the 4 and 5 should be taken down.
Yes, we don't state social demographics in the objective because social demographics is always there. It's always there. Okay.
So, Prof, please, the number 4 and 5 should be out, right?
Yes, so we have consolidated all your objectives into yearly trend, seasonal trend, and to determine the factors associated with the titer of typhoid antigen amongst the food vendors. And that objective covers the social demographics and all the other information you can get from the secondary data.
Yes, Prof.
I hope it's understood.
Yes, Prof. I've taken note of it. Thank you, Prof.
So just move on.
So this is the study area. The study design was actually a descriptive retrospective fast.
Okay, retrospective. Okay.
Retrospective.
Yes. So the study area and the study population. Move to the next.
Okay, this is the study population. That's all commercial.
The study area will be Akwa Ibom and Akwa Ibom Ministry of Health, and of course the Public Health Laboratory, and what it does.
Prof.
And what it does.
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
So the study population will become the food vendors.
Yes.
The food vendors. Prof. And then there are the requirements to carry out tests, including the typhoid tests. Those are the things you are going to put there.
Okay, Prof.
Okay, so this year exclusion and exclusion, they're all right. But why are you excluding those less than 18 years? All the people tested within that period now. Within is it 5 years or 4 years?
5 years, 2021 to 2025, 5 years. Yes, no problem. It's actually above 18.
No. All the people. In fact, everybody. When you are using a secondary data, you don't exclude. The only exclusion is those with missing data. Or in this case, duplicates. But I hope the duplicate is not okay. Yes, I think you rightly stated within the annual screening cycle. Because within the period, they can, if it is annual, it means that if the work is the test is done as you should. If it is annual, it means that each person can even do 5 times. Should report 5 times.
Yes.
Okay. So let's move.
Okay, Prof. So this was the sample size determination. We did a total enumeration, that is census.
Yes, but usually we also like you to just calculate the sample size using Cochrane. Let's see the minimum. You know why it's important is if the year of review is not enough, you can expand it just to make sure you get to the minimum sample size. So
yes.
So even if it is a total, we still want you to give us to show us the sample size calculation and show working.
Yes, Prof. Okay, Prof. So, Prof, please, let me just ask, on the dissertation itself, will I have to include the Cochrane?
Yes. No, you are doing a full Cochrane form calculation with show working, with full work. And I've explained the reason. We want to know the minimum sample size for the study.
Yes, Prof.
So if you did 5 years, and because it's assumed that those 5 years should be able to give you at least that minimum. But I'm sure that your study should include, it should be more than 5 years, should be more. If we are doing it there, let me.
Probably the thing is that sometimes when they're asked like that to come and run this test, some of them, because of the money involved, they will just try to send very few people. You know, some of them don't really want to come and pay.
Madam, these things are supposed to be mandatory.
Yes.
Is mandatory. If you don't do it, your business is closed. So you will not constitute a threat to public health now.
That is true.
Yes, you don't want, you will mention Typhoid Mary. You don't want people of that kind.
Yes, Prof.
So move on.
Okay, Prof. So that was the sampling method. I had to look at
this one is total population. Yeah.
Total population.
We are using a data extraction sheet.
Yes, pro forma.
Specific objectives. Okay, move on to the next.
Okay, Prof. So this was the sample size distribution and profile. We had the 388 records here. Then the males were.
Okay, that is the thing. That is it. That's right. God, madam, that is the problem with you didn't understand this the sample size when we told you to calculate samples. Okay, sorry. This 388 are all the people, all the this in seen, not distribution, no.
All of them.
All the patient tested within the period.
All of them, yes, probably. We have different years now. 2021, we had 73.
Okay, that is good. So
2022, 81, 2023,
this one is
86.
your result. This one is result you are giving here.
No, it's not results, Prof.
No, this is the results now. So there is no sample size distribution. It's a total population study. Please get it right. All the people tested within that period, you said it's 388.
Yes, Prof.
Okay, so that is where it ends. Now, if you begin to give us a breakdown, that is what you should have in your results. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, Prof, I understand. I think I still have it on my results page.
Yes, so remove it. In fact, remove this slide on sample size distribution. In fact, I don't know. I've seen it several times. I don't know who created that. These templates. There is nothing like sample size distribution.
Okay, Prof.
Distribution is based on the sampling method. But I've seen it several times, and it's confusing students.
Yes, Prof.
Move on to the next.
Okay, so this was the study instruments and variables. We had a pro forma.
Let's move on.
This was the data management, the face and content validity were checked.
Madam, what is the official policy in that? What is the official definition of typhoid infection?
Official definition, like the cutoff we have for positive has to be greater than or equals to 1 in 160 dilution. Then the negative has to be less than or equal to 80.
I hope you have stated.
Yes, Prof, I have.
You have stated them.
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof. Okay. Then the ethical clearance from the University of Port Harcourt School of.
Let's move on. No. Okay, no, I think you wrote the right thing, but you said the wrong thing.
Okay, Prof.
From the ethics committee, is the University Ethics Committee that issues ethical approval.
Yes, Prof.
The one we gave you, because those people, they used to delay. Move on to the next.
Okay, so this was the response rate and analytical framework where we had.
They put a lot of things here. That's why you are overcomplicating the whole thing. That's why you had very plenty objectives, because you are overcomplicating it. So it's a total population study. That is it. So move on to the next. Let's see.
Okay, so Prof, this is the results.
That is the trend. This is the
This-
yearly. This is yearly, This is yearly.
These for objectives 1 and 2. Yes, Prof, the overall seroprevalence and the trend using the Cochrane-Hermitage trend test.
So the thing you are going to tell us will be under the table. It's better to present table before you do the actual trend. You tell us the year with the lowest prevalence, seroprevalence, and the year with the highest prevalence, and then the mean. The mean
Yes,
prevalence.
Prof.
Total mean prevalence for all.
Yes, Prof.
I know that anyway, leveraging from because so that result go plenty. Leveraging.
No, Prof. What results?
No, madam, please. You know that
Yes,
the
Prof.
title has two values.
Yes, Prof.
Does it make any meaning to have more of one or less? I know. Yes. Let me just say no, because we want to just expand your likely results.
Yes, Prof.
When you state the results, there are different antigens you are assessing.
Yes, Prof. Yes.
Although you did assess them, you stopped at positive, negative.
No, but I did. I assessed the paratype A, B, and C.
Yeah, the proportion at a cutoff.
At the cutoff.
Yeah, so that you give us a proportion with high and low titer of each of those antigens.
Yes, okay, Prof.
It's possible,
Prof, I'll have to look at it again.
No, because we are trying to make a lot of, okay, just move on. But you heard what I said, the minimum,
yes, Prof.
The lowest, the highest, the mean for the results. We are talking about the
But Prof, in terms of that, these are the different
you can tell
years.
us, you can tell us now. So when you are presenting the results, okay, how will you present this result? How will you present this result?
Okay, I have a table for them, but in terms of
no, you are presenting this result. Just present this result. Let me hear.
Okay, so Prof, the overall seroprevalence of the Salmonella typhi infection for the 5 years is actually 5.67, and with a confidence interval of 95, we had 3.59 to 8.49, and the majority was actually non-significant, which was less than 1 in 80.
Okay, madam, you see, that's why we said trend though. We said trend though. If you give us the overall, your trend is the flow over the years. Over the years, you will notice that the highest now, the peak now is 6.7 recorded in 2022.
Prof, the result is two objectives together. This is the overall seroprevalence, and this is the trend, which has this.
This thing, I don't know. We spend a lot of time trying to.
Prof, I'm sorry.
That's why in the what is it called? That's why we had to change those specific objectives.
Okay, Prof. Okay.
You are supposed to present your result one after the time, one at a time. This trend. So when you say trend now, you just state these things, and the prevalence is a proportion.
Okay, Prof. I'm sorry, I'll change it.
Just move on to the next.
I'm sorry, Prof. I'll change it into individual slides.
Move on to the next. Determinants. These ones are not. This sex is just a cross tabulation between the infection and between infection and then between a cross ablation.
Yes, Prof.
Because it was done in a public health lab, and public, in effect, you are trying to assess the effectiveness of whatever you are doing.
Yes, Prof.
The highest was that. It came down. It came down, and the lowest was 2024. But it's rising. It's rising. Which means
Yes,
that
Prof.
whatever control, which means that the situation is even worsening after some what is it? After this, although usually we talk about whether it's statistically significant, but we can work with that. That is how to discuss
Correct.
that's why that is how to discuss your study. Yeah, sorry,
Yes,
your
Prof.
findings. Then you
Yes,
talk
Prof.
about seasons.
My basic
Seasons. You will tell us,
the
can
black.
you go to your seasons?
Okay, Prof. Okay, Prof. This is the
Let's see.
season, the dry and wet season.
So you will see that there is probably a statistically significant increase during the wet season.
Wet season.
So you can now explain it in your discussion.
Yes, Prof.
Have any reason for that?
Sorry, Prof. I didn't get that.
Do you have any reason for
the
why it is higher?
Okay, because it is believed that during the wet season, like currently, there could be flooding and some very
okay. It's all right. You had something. You had something on the antigens, pure flagella and somatic. Is there anything that we can? Okay, yes. Okay, I think you have an idea suggestive of recent exposure and past exposure, which means that is good. So it will be nice for you to give us the proportion of those antigens so that we know the risk to public health.
Yes, Prof.
Okay, it's all right. So make those corrections and let's see it.
Yes, Prof, I will. Okay, so this is the discussion of my findings. Endemic equilibrium, it was found out that the overall seroprevalence is 5.67, and it's stable across the 5 years with no significant trend based on the p-value that was 0.969. And we compared this to a study that was carried out by Adedoku in Port Harcourt, which he sampled up to 488 food handlers, and he had 6.1%, of the Titre in Port Harcourt. And so it shows that the exposure is actually continuous, though it's not outbreak driven. And the transmission is actually embedded in everyday food vending environment. And there's
madam, it's all right.
Yes.
It's all right.
Yes,
if you mention the seroprevalence, you can also talk about the other confounders. For example, we also noticed it was highest during the wet season. Are there confounders during the rainy season?
Oh,
what of the confounders? They said even malaria infection can increase the titer.
Yes, yes, it's true. If someone has...
It's all right. Okay, madam, make those corrections. Sorry.
Yes, Prof.
Well done. Make the corrections. Let's say it before you send for the final.
Thank you, Prof. Well, these are the recommendations.
Recommendations should be based on the findings.
Okay, Prof.
It will be based on the findings, not what you think, but should be based on the findings. Okay. Well done.
Thank you, Prof.
Yeah. Okay. Who is next?
No comments. Okay, it's